Young will take a roll call to see if a quorum is present.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members of the committee, when I call your name, please respond. Nancy Allen. Nancy Allen.
Here.
Thank you. Stan Ballone.
Here.
Thank you. Dave Barry. Ron Gritman.
My name is David Harmon. I'll be filling in for Ron today.
Thank you. Walter Bouchard. Kim Butler.
Here.
Thank you. Derek Castaneda. Beverly Chanowski.
Here.
Thank you. Tim Connor.
Here.
Thank you. Michael Denby. Scott Tobias.
Here.
Thank you. Robert Forrest.
Here.
Thank you. Elizabeth Foster.
Present.
Thank you. John Woods. Rhonda Humbles.
Here.
Thank you. Hondo Judd.
Here.
Thank you. Michelle Kamikawa. Spencer Camps. Martin Lucero.
Present.
Thank you. Corin Hooper. Joe Martini.
Here.
Thank you. Amanda McGinnis.
Here.
Thank you. J.C. Porter.
Here.
Thank you. Danae Pressler. Mario Saldamondo.
Present.
Thank you. John Sherrill.
Here.
Thank you. Ramona Simpson.
Here.
Thank you. Susie Stevens. Ed Stillings. Steve Trussell. Kai Umeda.
Present.
Thank you. Robert Vondenacker.
Present.
Thank you. Kristen Watt. Michelle
Present.
Wilson. Oh, thank you, Kristen. Michelle Wilson. Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. A quorum is now present. The meeting of the MAG Air Quality Technical Advisory Committee is called to order. All members are participating virtually. Please remember to mute when you are not speaking. If you are attending by phone only, press *6 to unmute. We operate our committee meetings in full transparency, giving the public access to committee meetings, materials, and discussion. The public cannot view the chat comments. As a result, we are disabling the chat feature in all committee meetings moving forward. If you need technical assistance during a meeting, please contact the helpline at 602-452-5095 or contact MAG staff. We appreciate your understanding in helping to maintain transparent discussions for the benefit of the public. Okay, moving on to agenda item number 2, call to the audience. An opportunity will be provided to members of the public to provide input through written comment to the Air Quality Technical Advisory Committee on items that are not on the agenda that are within the jurisdiction of MAG, or on items on the agenda for discussion but not for action. Members of the public are asked to submit written comments related to this meeting through the MAG website at azmag.gov/comment and indicate for which meeting the comment is intended. Comments may be sent at any time leading up to the meeting, but must be received at least 1 hour prior to the posted start time for the meeting. Comments received prior to the deadline will be read aloud during the meeting. Comments must not exceed 3 minutes in length. A total of 15 minutes will be provided for the call to the audience agenda item, unless the Air Quality Technical Advisory Committee requests an exception to this limit. Please note that comments received for agenda items posted for action will be read at the time the item is heard. MAG staff, have we received any public comments? If so, please read them at this time.
Madam Chair, we did not receive any public comments.
Okay, thank you very much. Moving on to agenda item number 3, approval of the September 23rd, 2021 meeting minutes. Can I get a motion for approving the September 23rd, 2021 minutes?
This is Tim Connor. So moved.
This is John Sherrill. I'll second.
Thank you. So we have a motion from Tim Connor and a second from John Sherrill. Is there any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, a roll call vote will be taken at this time by Lisa Young.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members of the committee, when I call your name, please state your vote. Nancy Allen.
Yes.
Thank you. Stan Ballone.
Aye.
Thank you. David Hartman.
Aye.
Thank you. Walter Bouchard. Kim Butler.
Aye.
Thank you. Derek Castaneda. Beverly Chanowski.
Aye.
Thank you. Tim Connor.
Aye.
Thank you. Michael Denby.
Aye.
Thank you. Scott DeBias.
Aye.
Thank you. Robert Forrest.
Aye, sorry about that.
Thank you. Liz Foster.
Aye.
Thank you. John Woods. Rhonda.
Aye.
Humble. Thank you, John.
Aye.
Yes. Thank you, John. Rhonda Humbles.
Aye.
Thank you. Hondo Judd.
Aye.
Thank you. Michelle Kamikawa. Spencer Camps. Martin Lucero.
Aye.
Thank you. Corin Hooper. Joe Martini.
Aye.
Thank you. Amanda McGinnis. JC Porter.
Aye.
Thank you. Danae Pressler.
Aye.
Thank you. Mario Saldamando.
Aye.
Thank you. Megan Sheldon.
Aye.
Thank you. John Sherrill.
Aye.
Thank you. Ramona Simpson.
Aye.
Thank you. Susie Stevens. Kai Umeda.
Aye.
Thank you. Robert Vandenacker.
Aye.
Thank you. Kristen Watt.
Aye.
Thank you. Madam Chair, we have a unanimous vote.
Madam Chair, this is Amanda McGinnis. I apologize. I lost you all, but I was going to abstain with my vote since I was not there last time.
Thank you, Amanda.
Okay. Moving on to agenda item number 4, we have the draft MAG conformity analysis for the draft fiscal year 2022 through 2025 MAG Transportation Improvement Program and draft Momentum 2050 MAG Regional Transportation Plan. The presentation will be provided by Dean Giles of Maricopa Association of Governments.
Thank you very much, Chair Sheldon and members of the committee. MAG has conducted a conformity analysis on the draft fiscal year 2022 to 2025 MAG Transportation Improvement Program, or we call that the TIP, and the draft Momentum 2050 MAG Regional Transportation Plan, often referred to as the RTP. First, we're going to provide some background on the transportation conformity and conformity requirements. Next slide, please. The Clean Air Act links transportation and air quality and requires that transportation plans, programs, and projects conform to the purpose of air quality plans. Conformity ensures that transportation activities do not cause violations of the air quality standards. And as you'll see later in the presentation, the regional air quality plans set motor vehicle emissions budgets, and those are used as the budgets in conformity. And conformity is necessary for transportation projects to proceed. A finding of conformity is required by MAG prior to approval of the draft tip and RTP. Next slide, please. EPA conformity regulations require that all major transportation projects must be included in the Transportation Improvement Program and Regional Transportation Plan. The TIP and RTP must pass the conformity tests using motor vehicle emissions budgets that have been approved or found to be adequate by EPA for transportation conformity purposes, or in areas without approved or adequate budgets, the interim emissions tests. The latest planning assumptions and emissions models enforced at the time the conformity analysis begins must be used, and the TIP and regional transportation plan must provide for the timely implementation of transportation control measures. And finally, consultation. MAG conducts interagency consultation at the beginning of the conformity process on the proposed models, associated methods, and assumptions to be used in the conformity analysis, and the projects to be assessed, and at the end of the process on the draft conformity analysis report. Next slide, please. The MAG planning area boundary and Sun Corridor Metropolitan Planning Organization planning area boundary include portions of the Pinal County PM10 and PM2.5 non-attainment areas. So both Pinal County non-attainment areas are covered by MAG and the Sun Corridor MPO. Transportation conformity is required to be demonstrated by both MPOs. And for this conformity analysis, MAG has assisted the Pinal County, in the Pinal County non-attainment areas, has assisted the Sun Corridor MPO, as they also have an amendment to their Transportation Improvement Program and RTP. Next slide, please. So on this map, the MAG planning area boundary is shaded in blue, and the Sun Corridor planning area boundary is in yellow. And the MAG and the Sun Corridor MPO share the PM10 and PM2.5 non-attainment areas in Pinal County. The PM10 non-attainment area is shown outlined in red, and the Pinal PM2.5 non-attainment area is in the red crosshatch area. Next slide, please. The next slides provide the regional emissions analysis results for carbon monoxide, 8-hour ozone, and PM10 for the Maricopa non-attainment and maintenance areas. So in this first slide, the motor vehicle emissions budget is shown in the yellow bar. And in this case, for carbon monoxide, the budget is 559.4 metric tons per day. And the results of the conformity analysis for the years 2025, 2030, and 2040 are all less than the 2025 motor vehicle emissions budget. Next slide, please. Now for 8-hour ozone, the required conformity test uses the EPA approved motor vehicle emissions budgets for volatile organic compounds and nitrogen oxides that's established in the MAG 2017 8-hour ozone moderate area plan. And in this slide, the projected VOC emissions from implementation of the TIP and the regional transportation plan for each analysis year are less than the 2017 budget. Next slide. Again, for 8-hour ozone, the projected nitrogen oxides or NOx emissions from implementation of the TIP and regional transportation plan for each analysis year are less than the 2017 budget. Again, the 2017 budget is from the MAG 2017 8-hour ozone moderate area plan. Next slide, please. The conformity analysis also includes the 2008 budget from the MAG 2007 8-hour ozone plan and the 2025 budget from the MAG 2009 8-hour ozone maintenance plan. And in this slide, the projected VOC emissions from implementation of the TIP and RTP for analysis year 2023 are less than the 2008 budget, and the projected emissions for analysis years 2025, 2030, and 2040 and 2050 are less than the 2025 budget. Next slide. In this slide, the projected nitrogen oxides or NOx emissions from implementation of the TIP and regional transportation plan for analysis year 2023 are less than the 2008 budget, and the projected emissions for the analysis years 2025, 2035, 2040, and 2050 are less than the 2025 budget. Next slide, please. For PM10, the required test uses the EPA-approved motor vehicle emissions budgets established in the MAG 2012 5% plan for PM10 and the revised MAG 1999 serious area particulate plan for PM10. The projected PM10 emissions from implementation of the TIP and regional transportation plan for analysis years 2025, 2030, 2040, and 2050 are less than the emissions, motor vehicle emissions budget from the 2006 budget and the 2012 budget. Next slide. The TIP and regional transportation plan must provide for the timely implementation of transportation control measures approved in air quality plans. This chart presents the total funding programmed in the fiscal year 2022 to 2025 Transportation Improvement Program, or TCMs. The draft TIP and regional transportation plan do not interfere with the timely implementation of transportation control measures and approved air quality plans. Next slide. The next slides provide the regional emission analysis results for the Pinal County PM10 and PM2.5 non-attainment areas. Since there are no adequate or approved motor vehicle emissions budgets, the interim emissions test was conducted. For PM10 in each of the analysis years, 2025, 2030, 2040, and 2050, the projected emissions for the action scenario are not greater than the projected emissions for the baseline scenario. Next slide. And for the Pinal County PM 2.5 non-attainment area, the interim emissions test was conducted for PM 2.5 and nitrogen oxides. For PM 2.5, for each of the analysis years, the projected emissions for the action scenario are not greater than the projected emissions for the baseline scenario. And the next slide, please. For nitrogen oxides, or NOx, in each of the analysis years, 2025, 2030, 2040, and 2050, the projected emissions for the action scenario are not greater than the projected baseline scenario emissions. In summary, the results of the regional emissions analysis indicate that the draft TIP and regional transportation plan satisfy the conformity tests conducted for the Maricopa non-attainment and maintenance areas and the Pinal PM10 and PM2.5 non-attainment areas, and a finding of conformity is supported. Next slide. So on September 13th, 2021, MAG made the draft conformity analysis, the draft TIP, and draft RTP available for a 30-day agency and public review period, with comments requested by October 13th, 2021, and no comments were received. So going forward in this schedule, following today's Air Quality Technical Advisory Committee meeting, it's anticipated that the Management Committee may recommend approval of the finding of conformity at their meeting on November 9th, 2021, followed by Regional Council approval of the finding of conformity at their meeting on December 1st, 2021. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm going to pause and see, ask the committee, are there any questions on this? Okay. So this is an item that we have to do a roll call vote. So I am looking for a motion to recommend approval of the draft MAG conformity analysis for the draft fiscal year 2022 to 2025 MAG Transportation Improvement Program and draft Momentum 2050 MAG Regional Transportation Plan. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Madam Chair, this
Yes.
is Amanda McGinnis. I'll make the motion.
Okay, I had a motion. I need a second. Amanda, could you?
This is David Harmon. I'll second that motion.
Okay, thank you, everyone. So I'm going to take the motion from Rhonda Humboldt and the second from David Harmon. And is there any further discussion on that? Okay, hearing none, I will take a roll call vote by Lisa Young.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members of the committee, when I call your name, please state your vote. Aye for yes, no for opposed, and abstain if you wish to decline from voting. Nancy Allen?
Aye.
Thank you. Stan Ballone?
Aye.
Thank you. David Hartman?
Aye.
Thank you. Kim Butler?
Aye.
Thank you. Derek Castaneda?
Aye.
Thank you. Beverly Chanowski?
Aye.
Thank you. Tim Connor?
Aye.
Thank you. Michael Denby?
Aye.
Thank you. Scott Tobias?
Aye.
Thank you. Robert Forrest?
Aye.
Thank you. Liz Foster?
Aye.
Thank you. John Woods?
Aye.
Thank you. Rhonda Humbles?
Aye.
Thank you. Hondo Judd?
Aye.
Thank you. Martin Lucero?
Aye.
Thank you. Joe Martini?
Aye.
Thank you. Amanda McGinnis?
Aye.
Thank you. JC Porter?
Aye.
Thank you. Danae Pressler?
Aye.
Thank you. Mario Saldamondo?
Aye. I
Thank
apologize.
you. Thank you. Megan Sheldon.
Aye.
Thank you. John Sherrill.
Aye.
Thank you. Ramona Simpson.
Aye.
Thank you. Meta.
Abstain.
Thank you. Robert Vandenacker.
Aye.
Thank you. Kristen Watt.
Aye.
Thank you. One moment, please, while I tally the votes. Madam Chair, we have 26 ayes and 1 abstention.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we'll move on to agenda item number 5. This is the evaluation of proposed PM10 certified street sweeper projects for fiscal year 2022 CMAQ funding, and it will be presented by Dean Giles of Maricopa Association of Governments.
Thank you, Chair Sheldon and members of the committee. On August 2nd, 2021, MAG issued a call for street sweeper projects with applications due on September 17th, 2021. Next slide, please. There we go. 14 applications were evaluated, requesting a little over $3.8 million in CMAQ funding. For PM10 certified street sweeper projects, there was about 1.2 million in CMAQ funding available in the MAG Transportation Improvement Program for fiscal year 2022. Next slide. MAG staff has conducted an evaluation of the proposed street sweeper projects. MAG staff used the data provided by MAG member agencies in the project applications and applied the MAG CMAQ methodologies. The results of the evaluation are provided in the table included in the agenda packet. The table provides the project, the description of the project, the federal cost for each sweeper, what the requested certified street sweeper will do, whether it's replace an older certified street sweeper. And then it also provides the cost effectiveness, which is shown in CMAQ dollar cost per annual metric ton reduced. And the results in the table are provided in order of cost effectiveness. After today's meeting, it is anticipated, next slide, please. After today's meeting, it is anticipated that the MAG Management Committee may recommend the prioritized list of proposed PM10 certified street sweeper projects for fiscal year 2022 CMAQ funding, followed by the MAG Regional Council approval at their meeting on December 1st, 2021. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm just going to pause real quick and ask if there's any questions.
Hi, Craig.
Okay,
Could we advance to the next slide, please? Thank you.
very good. Thank you. So this is another item that we will be doing a roll call vote. So can I get a motion to recommend the prioritized list of proposed PM10 certified street sweeper projects? As you can read on the slide in front of you. And it's a 2-part motion. It also is to retain the prioritized list for any additional fiscal year 2022 CMAQ funds that may become available due to closeout or additional funding received by this region.
Robert Vandenacker, City of Buckeye. I'd like to make a motion to go on.
Thank you, Robert. Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
Rhonda, thank you. Okay, so we have a motion from Robert Vandenacker and a second from Rhonda Humbles. Is there any discussion on the motion? Okay, hearing none, a roll call vote will be taken at this time by Lisa Young.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members of the committee, when I call your name, please state your vote. Nancy Allen.
Aye.
Thank you. Stan Ballon.
Aye.
Thank you. David Hartman.
Aye.
Thank you. Kim Butler.
Aye.
Thank you. Derek Costaneda.
Aye.
Thank you. Beverly Chanowski.
Aye.
Thank you. Tim Connor.
Aye.
Thank you. Michael Demby.
Aye.
Thank you. Scott Tobias.
Aye.
Thank you. Robert Forrest.
Aye.
Thank you. Liz Foster.
Aye.
Thank you. John Woods.
Aye.
Thank you. Rhonda Humble.
Aye.
Thank you. Hondo Judd.
Aye.
Thank you. Martin Lucero. Martin Lucero. Joe Martini.
Aye.
Thank you. Amanda McGinnis.
Aye. And
Thank
Madam
you.
Chair, Madam Chair, this will be my last vote. I will have to drop off now.
Okay, thank you.
J.C. Porter.
Aye.
Thank you. Danae Pressler.
Aye.
Thank you. Mario Saldamondo.
Aye.
Thank you. Megan Sheldon.
Aye.
Thank you. John Sherrill.
Aye.
Thank you. Ramona Simpson.
Aye.
Thank you. Kai Umeda.
Abstain.
Thank you. Robert Von den Akker.
Aye.
Thank you. Kristen Watt.
Aye.
Thank you. Madam Chair, we have 5 ayes and 1 abstention. 25 ayes, excuse me, and 1 abstention.
Okay, thank you very much. Moving on to agenda item number 6. This is the evaluation of proposed PM10 paving unpaved roads projects for fiscal year 2025 CMAQ funding. And Dean Giles with Maricopa Association of Governments will provide the presentation.
Thank you, Chair Sheldon and members of the committee. Next slide, please. On August 2nd, 2021, MAG issued a call for projects for PM10 paving unpaved road applications. These applications were due on September 17th, 2021. And 4 applications were received in the Maricopa County PM10 nonattainment area, requesting a little over 4.3 million in CMAQ funding. And 1 application was received in the Pinal County PM10 and PM2.5 nonattainment areas, requesting somewhat over 1.1 million in CMAQ funding. For PM10 paving unpaved road projects, approximately 5 million in CMAQ funding is available, and another 758,000 in CMAQ PM2.5 funding is available in the Transportation Improvement Program for fiscal year 2025. Next slide, please. MAG staff has conducted an evaluation of the proposed PM10 paving projects. And for the evaluation, MAG staff used the data provided by the member agencies in the project applications and applied the MAG CMAQ methodologies. The results of the evaluation are provided in the agenda packet. The tables provide, in attachment A, the tables provide a description of the projects, the project location, and the federal funds requested. So in attachment A, the results are shown in order of cost effectiveness for the 4 projects that are located in the Maricopa County PM10 nonattainment area. The same projects are shown in attachment B These are listed in order of PM10 emission reductions. So again, it's the same 4 projects, just listed by PM10 emission reductions. And then in attachment C, you'll find the one project that was submitted from the Pinal County PM10 and PM2.5 non-attainment area. So in each case, MAG has calculated the cost effectiveness, and you see that in the shaded column in attachment A, and you'll see also the emission reduction PM10 weighted amounts in attachment B. Next slide, please. Following today's meeting, the MAG Transportation Review Committee may make a recommendation on the PM10 paving projects on their meeting on December 16th, 2021. And then in January 2022, the MAG Management Committee may recommend, and the Regional Council may approve the PM10 paving unpaved road projects. I also wanted to note that in attachment D, these projects went before a technical review at the MAG Street Committee on October 12th, 2021. And you'll see in attachment D the comments made by members of the MAG Street Committee. They commented on a Town of Gilbert project, on the City of Maricopa project, and on the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian Community project applications. Thank you very much. Next slide.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to pause here just for a second and see if there are any questions from the committee.
This is Scott with Pinal County. I just had a general question for Dean. The 2 funding sources, do they cover all 5 projects?
Yeah, Chair Sheldon and members of the committee. The the CMAQ PM 2.5 funding, rather, it is just for funding projects within the PM 2.5 non-attainment area. And the City of Maricopa project is within that non-attainment area.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, this item is also up for a roll call vote. So can I get a motion to recommend a ranking of proposed PM10 paving unpaved roads projects for fiscal year 2020? That was Martin?
Yes.
Okay, and can I get a second?
I'll second.
Rhonda, thank you. Okay, so I have a motion from Martin Lucero and a second from Rhonda Humbles. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, a roll call vote will be taken at this time by Lisa Young.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members of the committee, when I call your name, please state your vote. Nancy Allen?
Aye.
Thank you. Stan Ballon?
Aye.
Thank you. David Hartman?
Aye.
Thank you. Kim Butler?
Aye.
Thank you. Derek Costaneda?
Aye.
Thank you. Beverly Chanowski?
Aye.
Thank you. Tim Connor?
Aye.
Thank you. Michael Denby? Michael Denby? Scott Tobias?
Aye.
Thank you. Robert Forrest?
Aye.
Thank you. Liz Foster?
Aye.
Thank you. John Woods?
Aye.
Thank you. Rhonda Humbles?
Aye.
Thank you. Hondo Judd?
Aye.
Thank you. Martin Lucero?
Aye.
Thank you. Joe Martini?
Abstain.
Thank you. J.C. Porter?
Aye.
Thank you. Danae Pressler?
Aye.
Thank you. Mario Saldamando? Mario Saldamando?
Aye.
Thank you. Megan Sheldon?
Aye.
Thank you. John Sherrill?
Aye.
Thank you. Ramona Simpson?
Aye.
Thank you. Kai Umeda?
Abstain.
Thank you. Robert Von den Akker?
Aye.
Thank you. Kristen Watt?
Aye.
Thank you. Madam Chair, we have 24 ayes and 1 abstention.
Okay, thank you very much. We're going to move on to agenda item number 7, which is the evaluation of proposed CMAQ projects for the draft fiscal year 2022 to 2025 MAG Transportation Improvement Program. This will be presented by Dean Giles of Maricopa Association of Governments.
Thank you, Chair Sheldon and members of the committee. Next slide, please. On August 2nd, 2021, MAG issued a call for projects for bike and pedestrian projects, and also for transportation systems management and operations projects. So for these transportation systems management and operations projects, think of those as of our typical intelligent transportation systems projects, or ITS projects. Funding is available through the Federal Highway Administration Congestion Mitigation and Air Quality Improvement Program. And wanted to give a little background about the program next here. The purpose of the CMAQ program is to fund transportation projects and programs that will contribute to attainment or maintenance of federal air quality standards. A copy of the latest interim program guidance has been provided to you in your agenda packet. Its latest one was published on November 12th, 2013. And this guidance requires that an assessment of the project's expected emission reduction benefits and cost effectiveness should be completed prior to project selection to better inform the selection of CMAQ projects. That guidance is provided in attachment C, by the way. Thank you very much. On the next slide, please. So for this call for projects, applications were requested by September 17th, 2021, and we did receive 17 bicycle and pedestrian projects and 31 transportation systems management and operations projects. Between September 17th and this month is a very short time period, and MAG staff quickly conducted the evaluation for this meeting. It's just a short time period to do all the evaluations. For bicycle and pedestrian projects, there was 9.4 million in CMAQ funding available for fiscal year 2025. And then for the transportation systems management and operations projects, there are 2 years that were the call for projects included. That was for 2023, fiscal year 2023 and 2024, a combined amount of 22.7 million was available in CMAQ funding. Next slide, please. So MAG staff has conducted the evaluation of the proposed CMAQ projects, and for the evaluation, MAG staff used the data that was provided by MAG member agencies in the project applications, and we applied the latest MAG CMAQ methodologies from last updated in February 2021. The results of the evaluation are provided in attachment A. So in each Each table includes the project descriptions, the CMAQ funds requested, and along with the estimated emission reductions for VOC, NOx, and PM10 and weighted amounts in kilograms per day. The MAG staff calculated the cost effectiveness by dividing the annualized CMAQ cost by the annual emission reduction, and the results are provided in order of cost effectiveness. So in attachment A, turning to attachment A, table 1 contains the bicycle and pedestrian projects for fiscal year 2025, sorted by cost effectiveness. Then in table 2, it contains the transportation systems management and operations projects for fiscal year 2023, again sorted by cost effectiveness. And then table 3 contains the, again, transportation system management and operation projects for fiscal year 2024, sorted by cost effectiveness. Next slide. So today, the Air Quality Technical Advisory Committee may forward the CMAQ evaluation to the Active Transportation Committee, the ITS Committee, and the Transportation Review Committee for their purposes of establishing a ranking of projects. Then on which would be taking place at their meetings on November 16th, 2021 and December 1st, 2021. And then on December 16th, the TRC may recommend the programming of bicycle and pedestrian projects and transportation systems management and operations projects. And then in January 2022, the management committee may recommend and the regional council may approve the programming of projects. Next slide. And this is the committee action requested for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm going to pause here. Does the committee have any questions on this? Okay, hearing none, this is another item that we have to take a roll call vote on. So I am looking for a motion to forward the evaluation of proposed CMAQ projects for the draft fiscal year 2022 to 2025 MAG Transportation Improvement Program to the MAG Transportation Review Committee and modal committees for use in prioritizing projects. Can I get a motion?
Motion to move.
Thank you, Rhonda. Can I get a second?
Tim Connor, second.
Thank you, Tim. So we have a motion from Rhonda Humbles and a second from Tim Connor. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, a roll call vote will be taken at this time by Lisa Young.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members of the committee, when I call your name, please state your vote. Nancy Allen?
Aye.
Thank you. Stan Ballon?
Aye.
Thank you. David Hartman?
Aye.
Thank you. Kim Butler?
Aye.
Thank you. Derek Costaneda?
Aye.
Thank you. Beverly Chanowski? Beverly Chanowski? Thank you. Tim Connor?
Aye.
Thank you. Michael Denby?
Aye.
Thank you. Scott DeBias?
Aye.
Thank you. Robert Forrest?
Aye.
Thank you. Liz Foster?
Aye.
Thank you. John Woods?
Aye.
Thank you. Rhonda Humbles?
Aye.
Thank you. Hondo Judd?
Aye.
Thank you. Martin Lucero?
Aye.
Thank you. Joe Martini?
Aye.
Thank you. J.C. Porter?
Aye.
Thank you. Danae Pressler?
Aye.
Thank you. Mario Saldamando.
Aye.
Thank you. Megan Sheldon.
Aye.
Thank you. John Sherrill.
Aye.
Thank you. Ramona Simpson.
Aye.
Thank you. Kai Umeda.
Abstain.
Thank you. Robert Vandenacker.
Aye.
Thank you. Kristen Watt.
Aye.
Thank you. Madam Chair, we have 23 ayes and 1 abstention.
Okay, thank you very much. We will move on to agenda item number 8. This is an update on the 2022 Serious Area Particular Plan for the West Pinal County Non-Attainment Area. The presentation will be provided by Matt Poppin of the Maricopa Association of Governments.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members of the committee. Next slide, please. So again, just to get us all up to speed on the regulatory actions that have taken place in the West Pinal non-attainment area. It was initially designated as a PM10 non-attainment area on May 31st, 2012, effective July 2nd, 2012. The attainment date for the moderate area was December 31st, 2018. On June 24th, 2020 EPA published a rule to determine that the area had failed to meet the PM10 standard by the December 31st, 2018 attainment date and reclassified the area to a serious area. That rule was effective July 24th, 2020. A serious area plan is due within 18 months of the reclassification date, which is January 24th, 2022. Next slide, please. Additional regulatory actions have taken place by EPA. On January 8th, 2021, EPA published a proposed rule to approve in part and disapprove in part the 2015 West Pinal Moderate Area PM10 state implementation plan prepared by the Arizona Department of Environmental Quality. And then again on February 26, 2021, EPA published a limited approval and limited disapproval of the revision to the SIP regarding agricultural best management practices designed to address the moderate area non-attainment requirements for the West Pinal County PM10 non-attainment area. On May 17th, 2021, the Arizona Department of Environmental Quality withdrew the 2015 West Pinal Moderate PM10 non-attainment area SIP. Next slide, please. On July 23rd, 2021, EPA published a finding of failure to submit a state implementation plan to meet the moderate area requirements for the West Pinal County PM10 non-attainment area effective August 23rd, 2021. This was in response to the withdrawal of the plan. Along with, in that finding, some deadlines for the imposition of emission offsets will begin on February 23rd, 2023 if the state does not submit a complete moderate area plan by then. On August 23rd, 2023, imposition of highway sanctions will occur if the state does not submit a complete moderate area plan. And then on August 23rd, 2023 as well, promulgation of a FIP by EPA could occur if EPA does not approve the state's moderate area plan submission. EPA has indicated to us that submission of a complete serious area PM10 plan that addresses all the moderate area requirements will turn off the sanctions clocks listed above. EPA approval of a complete serious area PM10 plan that addresses all the moderate area requirements will also stop promulgation of a federal implementation plan. Next slide. My update to the committee today will be largely focused on the attainment modeling work that has been occurring. So I want to review a little bit about the design days and then go into some of the attainment modeling results, preliminary results we can share with the committee. So the serious area PM10 plan must include modeling that demonstrates attainment of the PM10 standard at all PM10 monitors within the non-attainment area. In order to do this, design days are selected, which are representative of specific PM10 exceedances that are representative of the conditions that currently cause these exceedances to occur within the non-attainment area. The design day PM10 concentrations, these are the exceedance days selected, must be reduced to the level of the PM10 standard through modeling of the PM10 emission reduction benefits of the committed control measures in the plan in order to demonstrate attainment of the PM10 standard. Next slide, please. PM10 exceedances within the non-attainment area occur under three main meteorological conditions. Under low wind conditions, so this is when wind speeds are less than 12 miles per hour, PM10 emissions during this condition are limited to activity-based emissions. No wind-blown dust emissions are created when wind speeds are less than 12 miles per hour. Elevated winds are when wind speeds are 12 miles per hour or greater, but less than 25 miles per hour. So PM10 emissions during this time are caused primarily by wind-blown dust. And then there's also high wind dust events. These are when wind speeds are greater than or 25 miles per hour or greater. And this is assumed to represent uncontrollable wind-blown dust emissions. So days when these events occur are not considered as design days because they are not controllable. PM10 exceedances also occur under a combination of low wind and elevated wind conditions. So you might have a few hours of the day with elevated winds, and then the rest of the day would have low winds. So for these days when conditions are, PM10 concentrations are high under both categories during the same day, those days are included in the elevated wind category. Design days for both low wind and elevated wind conditions are required in order to demonstrate attainment under all possible exceedance conditions as per EPA guidance. Next slide, please. Design days will not be selected for PM10 monitors that are not violating the standard. And again, high wind gust event exceedances will not be considered in determining whether a monitor is violating the PM10 standard or not. So for those monitors where design days have not been selected, recent EPA guidance recommends that an evaluation of non-violating monitors be addressed by describing whether the emission inventories at each non-violating monitor are expected to increase or decrease and whether that would affect the future attainment status, as opposed to actually doing design day modeling at those non-violating monitors. And then EPA guidance in general also recommends that in considering a design day, that the fourth highest PM10 concentration be selected when you are looking at 3 years of monitor data. This is in order to demonstrate that committed controls will be sufficient to limit the number of future exceedances to below the PM10 standard. So the PM10 standard does not allow any more than 3 exceedances in a 3-year period. So the thinking is if you can control the fourth highest, you would only have 3 in a 3-year period. Next slide. So with all of that background guidance, these are the design days that have been selected. Out of the 8 monitors within the non-attainment area, there were 3 monitors that are violating the PM10 standard: the Hidden Valley Monitor, the Pinal County Housing Monitor, and the Stanfield Monitor. And so the specific design days were at those monitors were selected based on a variety of conditions, including the high PM10 concentrations, the meteorology that drove those exceedances, the diurnal or hourly concentration patterns, and the seasonal patterns, as well as the feasibility of modeling selected design days, whether there's enough data available for a specific day as an example. So currently there have been 8 design days selected, 4 for Hidden Valley, 2 under low wind conditions, 2 under elevated wind conditions, 1 caused by a passing low pressure system, 1 caused by thunderstorm winds or monsoonal type winds. 1 day has been selected for Pinal County Housing, a low wind day. And then 3 days have currently been selected for the Stanfield Monitor, a low wind day and 2 elevated wind days as well. Next slide, please. So an attainment test has been performed for July 6, 2018 at Hidden Valley. This is the highest PM10 concentration design day, and this is an elevated wind day. And Trinity Consultants has performed this attainment test. July 6 again had a 24-hour PM10 concentration of 261 micrograms per cubic meter, and just as a reminder, the EPA standard is 150. July 6th again was an elevated wind day where winds were caused by a frontal system passing through the area. Additionally, July 6, 2018 also exhibited elevated PM10 concentrations during both the elevated wind hours and low wind hours. So this is a combination day where both elevated winds and activity emissions contributed to the exceedance. Reductions in design day PM10 concentrations that were modeled are the result of implementing the committed controls in the PM10 emission reduction controls that will be included in the plan. So these were the controls that were committed to by the Pinal County Board of Supervisors and the Governor's Agricultural Best Management Practices Committee. The attainment modeling was performed using a combination of the EPA AirMod dispersion model for the low wind activity-based PM10 concentrations and the rollback technique for the elevated wind-blown dust PM10 concentrations on the same day. Next slide, please. This graph shows you what the hourly values for Hidden Valley were on July 6, 2018. The blue bars are the PM10 concentration, the hourly PM10 concentrations. The yellow line is the highest 5-minute sustained wind speed in that particular hour. And the red line with the dot is the maximum wind speed gust that was recorded during that hour. So the elevated wind hours, generally those that are 12 miles per hour or greater, occurred from approximately 7 a.m. through 3 p.m. And then the other hours would be considered low wind activity-based hours. So you can see there were elevated emissions primarily in the morning from about 7 a.m. through 1 p.m. that were likely due to wind-blown dust. And then in the evening, there were some low wind activity emissions. Next slide, please. So again, on July 6th, there's a specific modeling domain that the emissions are limited to. So the blue circle is the low wind modeling domain. So these are all the activity-driven sources, the unpaved roads, the harvesting and tilling, the dairies and CAFOs, all of the other activities that may be unpaved parking lots, et cetera, that may be occurring within that 4-mile radius of the Hidden Valley Monitor. The red wedge is the emissions that are from wind-blown dust. And the reason why it's not the entire circle is the wind was blowing primarily from the east during those windy hours. So we limit emissions to the upwind area of the monitor. So you have that red wedge, which is where wind-blown dust emissions are expected to come from based on the wind direction during those elevated wind hours. Next slide, please. So here are the preliminary results. Initial modeling performed by Trinity Consultants indicate that attainment can be demonstrated for the July 6, 2018 design day at the Hidden Valley Monitor in the year 2027. And this is based on implementing, again, the committed controls that have been committed to and that will be included in the Serious Area Plan. 3 different combinations of AirMod and rollback modeling all showed attainment of the PM10 standard in 2027 at the Hidden Valley Monitor for the July 6, 2018 design day. And because 3 different kind of ways of doing the modeling were performed, this kind of provides additional weight of evidence that this day attainment can be demonstrated. So going into detail a little bit about those 3 methods, methods A and B use a combination of AirMod just for the low wind activity-based PM10 concentration, and then emissions rollback was used for the elevated wind windblown dust PM10 concentrations. And there's a couple differences on how those hours are divided between methods A and B. But it's a combination, again, of air mod for low wind hours and rollback for the elevated PM10 hours. Method C uses air mod for everything, uses air mod for low wind and also for the windblown dust concentrations as another test. We will likely be using method A or B officially for the attainment demonstration, but method C may be a part of the weight of evidence. Again, this will be, the other monitors will need to be tested to see what methods are ultimately chosen and what makes the most sense moving forward. The results are method A resulted in a PM10 concentration, a 24-hour average of 129, which is below the 150. Method B was 138.4 and method C was 147.7. Next slide, please. So there is additional attainment modeling work that is also underway. Tests are being performed for the other 7 design days that have occurred at both the Hidden Valley, Stanfield, and Pinal County monitor. Tests are also being performed to see if attainment can be demonstrated earlier than 2027. The reason for this is we are requesting an extension of the attainment date, which is 2022 for the serious area, and EPA requires that the extension can only be as expeditiously as practicable. So if we can demonstrate attainment in an earlier year, like 2026, we would be showing attainment for that year, and that would be what the extension would be requested for. We have received some initial feedback from EPA Region 9 that some of the selected design days at the Hidden Valley and Stanfield monitors may not be conservative enough to demonstrate attainment at these monitors under all conditions that cause exceedances. So to address that EPA feedback, additional data is being gathered on the appropriateness of the currently selected design days. Also, the possibility and viability of replacing some design days is also being researched. I will say that, though, based on the research we have to date, the July 6, 2018 Hidden Valley design day would not change, and it would remain the highest modeled PM10 concentration day. So we do not expect to model a concentration day that has a higher PM10 concentration than the July 6, 2018 day. Next slide, please. In addition to the attainment modeling, work is also continuing on determining reasonable further progress and contingency measure calculations. And again, just to remind you, Clean Air Act Section 172C2 requires the inclusion of reasonable further progress in all non-attainment area plans. RFP is met by demonstrating incremental reductions in PM10 emissions from the base year of 2017 until the attainment year, which will likely be 2026 or 2027. In addition to reasonable further progress, the Clean Air Act also requires the non-attainment area plan to have contingency measures included, and contingency measures are those measures that if the administrator finds the non-attainment area has failed to make RFP or attain the standard by the attainment date, EPA has recommended that contingency measures provide the emission reductions equivalent to 1 year's average increment of RFP. So the completion of the attainment modeling work, once we have that settled, that allows us then to accurately calculate the emission reductions that will result in demonstrating reasonable further progress and also the increment needed for contingency measures. And that completes the presentation update I have for today, and I'm available for questions.
Thank you for that presentation. Does any of the committee members have any questions? Okay, hearing none, we will move on to agenda item number 9. That's the request for future agenda items. I did want to note, as stated in the agenda, that our next meeting will be on December 16th, 2021, rather than the December 2nd, 2021 date. Are there any requests by membership for an item on a future agenda?
Madam Chair and members of the committee, this is Kristen Watt with Salt River Project, and I was wondering if it was possible for MAG to provide an update of the 2021 ozone season.
Okay, I have noted that down.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other requests by membership for an item on a future agenda? Okay. With that, business is now concluded. So is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
This is John. Cheryl, so moved.
Thank you, John. Have a great day, everyone.